This video is going to be a shorter one, but still fun. We are at Imola in the AMG GT3, of course, on LMU. And basically, this one's going to be an hour, I believe it was an hour race. So we are in qualifying right now. First turn, we're kind of carry as much speed as we can. Nice trail braking. Try not to get onto the curb on the left side, but as you see, I just wasn't able to turn it as much as I could to the right, so we had to abuse the curb just a little bit, but braking about right at the 50 board, carrying the speed into this corner, next corner, and then we're going to get into a little bit of a nice tight hairpin, braking after the exit road on the right side, doing a late apex, getting on the power as fast as I can. We're up already 9/10, almost a second there. Next few corners, kind of a little difficult one if you don't really trail in as much as you supposed to, or if you don't, I want to say, not carry as much speed as you're really supposed to. It is kind of hard to kind of get down, especially this one, braking early and then getting on the power again. That one was a little difficult one to get down, but as you see, I have me a little moment on that diagram right there, the telemetry, the purple dots. It's just meaning that I'm spinning the wheels. This turn right here, the chicane, it is, you can carry a lot more speed than what I have. I just haven't done, too much practice on this course. I'm very, familiar with it. I just haven't done any of the practice. I was doing Nürburgring GT3s all week during this week, so still wanted to get a nice video in. Really, what I'm just focusing on this track is really just trying to get my endurance down. I'm not really too good when it comes to endurance. If you've seen like my other league videos and all that kind of stuff, it is I'm not very good at it. So this video is basically showing me just trying to get used to that. And as you can see, there's only one LMP, and he was the only one that was running in the LMPs. He didn't even decide to qualify, which was kind of funny. But on race start, lap one, obviously, the J-Jam guy, he was qualified in P1, super fast guy, and I don't know, I guess he just didn't shift properly or anything like that. But coming up to the turn 2, and I kind of had me a moment with the Ferrari. I don't know, I just felt like I was glued to him right there. I'm not sure what happened, but thankfully he didn't spin out. I will show a clip of that at the end of the video. But we are sitting in P2. Gonna be honest, not gonna last for long, but it's still gonna be a fun one, this one. The person behind, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I have raced up against him many times before, so I'm very familiar about what he does and all that kind of good stuff. So I can really abuse as much of the track as I can against him, and he not dive it up on me. As you can see, he kind of shows his nose a little bit. He's not gonna take that inside. I already know he's not going to, but I do get on the exit road a little bit, the gravel right there, a little bit of a moment, and then coming up to the faster sectors right here especially, I don't really have me a moment right here, but he's still tailing pretty close. Again, this is just the first lap, so trying to get as much distance as I can away from everybody behind. P1, as you can see, he's just absolutely gone. But right here, I definitely do have me a little moment. I'm not getting to the right as much as I should be again, and I kind of do a little tweak on the car, and he's just going to send it up on the inside. I'm going to basically let him go because I don't want to battle this early on into the race. Not really wouldn't be a good thing to do. So if I can just try to tail him as much as I can. I have somebody in front of me now. We're about similar paces, at least when on a good day for me, coming up out of the hairpin, and he has him a little moment right here. He kind of gets into the gravel, so I'm looking up the inside, or well, the outside of him. He's going to defend the inside because he obviously doesn't want to give up that position. It's still the second lap. I kind of touched him a little bit. I think I steered the car too much, and I did it a little too early. Wasn't trying to spin him off or anything, but I quickly brought the wheel to the left side, so I obviously don't spin him out. But we're kind of losing time away from him and all that kind of good stuff, but we're still trying to keep the consistency going. We're trying to evolve our endurance, not necessarily get the same lap times every single time. That's what I'm looking for. If I can get the same lap times every single time, then I am more than happy. So I've been consistently doing the 145s, which is good. You want to be in the 140 143s in these kind of races, but again, I didn't do too much practice with this, so it was very difficult for me to even land a 144. I did a 144 maybe twice in this race, but as you can see, I had me a little moment. J-Jam, he qualified P1. I wasn't gonna, you know, start a fight with him or anything like that. So I'm just gonna let him go. But as you can see, we're still P3. The BMW actually did disconnect, which is kind of, you know, sucks. But he did do a little disconnect, and as you can see, there's a lot of Porsches in this race too. The Porsche was definitely the meta on this track, so it's definitely a good car to run around here. But I'm addicted to my AMGs, and I stick with it. But tires are looking good. Tire temps are starting to get down there a little bit. I think this was my best lap right here, so we're carrying a lot of speed in here. You want to be in third gear really right there, but I just found it better. I got better grip and rotation in second gear, so I try to keep that the revs high to where I'm still carrying a lot of that speed. Coming up to the next corner, kind of braking at the 50 board, carrying as much speed, doing another brake, trailing it off, getting on the power, but I definitely had me a little moment. I'm losing some time right here. The hairpin, again, brake at the exit road, late apex right there, get it on the power as soon as possible, as soon as you get that grip. Coming up through the next few turns, this is what I like to call total energies, just because of the sign and stuff. Breaking at the 50 board again, trailing it in nice and deep, getting on the power as soon as you possibly can. You want to be on like a lower downforce, not really high downforce kind of setup on this one. Having a high downforce is going to make you lose a lot of that speed, especially in the faster turns and all that. Really fast parts on the track, so like turn 1 and all that. So again, this one right here, just you want to be able to carry a lot more speed. You can abuse the curbs as much as possible. I believe like even getting your right tires over the sausage curbs, it's not going to be a track limits, because basically there's still a tire over the white line. So that's very good in the sense of, you know, not getting track limits. But breaking it, I believe it was the 100 board, doing a little trail breaking into this one, a little earlier apex, getting on the power as soon as you possibly can. And this one was a 144.8 or something like that. So really good time. The temps on the tires are really good for a lap like this for sure. Can definitely do a lot faster. I just couldn't find the pace during the race. And right here, we're going into the pits. Getting the speed limiter on really early, but we still managed to get it done. All we're doing is looking for fuel right here. We're not doing a change of tires. We would be losing so much time, especially if we're still at 90%. You know, there is no reason to change the tires. But again, abusing it as much as the curb. Person behind me got a stop and go, and then there was another one with a drive-through. So I was pretty much all set to go for the rest of the race. Didn't have to worry about anybody behind. As you can see, 36 seconds to the person. Actually, the Ferrari that I had almost spun out initially at the start of the race. I did send him a message afterward, letting him know that I was sorry, and he did kind of feel like we were glued together too. My steering was, you know, to the right and all that, you know, stuff to not, you know, crash somebody out. But right here, I'm having me a little moment, and this was definitely big Code Brown moment, because now I feel like I'm going to lose a lot of time to the people behind, but still very, you know, still got a lot of time away from them. Again, still about closer to 30 seconds away from them. Person in P1 and P2, they're just flying. There was no way I was going to catch up to them. They were running 143s throughout this race, at least in a qualifying. They both ran, one of them ran a 143, and then one was a low 144. So good for them. I mean, they were definitely fast on this course. They definitely had the setup in the Porsche. So I should have tried that out for myself. But coming up to the end of the race, settling in for P3. As you can see, the times table on the tiny pedal, it stayed pretty consistent. 145s throughout the whole race, which was really good. I was very happy with myself. I was able to go through a whole race staying consistent, and that's what I was looking for throughout this race. If I wasn't consistent, then there was definitely something that I had to retry, obviously. But looking at this incident at the start of the race, P3, as you can see, Ferrari just getting close to me. I'm abusing as much of the curbs as I can, and as I was turning right, it just kind of glued into him, which was really weird. But gaining SR, gaining DR, which is perfect. DR, I'm trying to get up to gold, so we're working it. But this was a short and simple video.